Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for your yoga practice today. We're going to do some really lovely, gentle, supportive hip opening positions. And this means that we're not going to be forcing into stretching, but actually allowing you to find comfort with the rotation of your movement and mobility of your hips that you already have. So this is a great thing to do as a restorative variation for opening up your hips. You will want to have a bolster or a cushion, or lots of cushions if you like lots and lots of comfort for your body. And we'll begin. So coming onto your back, bringing your cushions or your bolster underneath your knees, or if they need to come a little higher up to the thighs, you can have them a little higher too. You can always push your bolster a little further away for a little less rotation in the hips, or pull them a little bit closer for a little bit more. And depending on your own flexibility, we allow the hips to open in a comfortable, supported way, as opposed to them feeling intensely stretched. Maybe placing your hands in a nurturing way into your lower abdomen, allowing your breath to be felt as your belly rises and falls. And taking the time to relax and release some of the tension that you might be carrying in your hips. When we're constantly stretching, we don't give our body the opportunity to actually release and let go of the tension that we may be gripping. So by taking a much more supported and restored variation, we're allowing our bodies the space to ease open gently. Just feeling the tension perhaps start to melt a little bit. With each exhale and inhale, we're becoming more and more aware of the holding in our hips. Also in our pelvis and our lower abdomen. And we're designed to hold and grip with the hips. We want them to be strong and stabilizing, but we can carry too much. And we tend to not really allow ourselves the opportunity to rest and enjoy softness until we get into bed and close down for the evening. Can you soothe your own body with your breath as you subtly begin to release some of the tension that isn't needed? And very slowly we can begin to draw the legs closed, so take your time. They shouldn't feel overstretched, but they might be a little tired and heavy. And we'll use our support, our bolster, or if we want cushions, again we can use cushions. Just lift the hips up and roll that support underneath the sacrum. So the flat part of your lower back, just above your tailbone. And you might find that your feet grounded is enough. Arms can go where they're comfortable, or you might want to stretch out your legs. But as long as it feels nurturing, comfortable for your body, then this is enough. Taking the opportunity again to feel the body opening effortlessly and beginning to melt away some of that tension that doesn't need to be here. If you start to notice any agitation in your body, particularly your lower back, you can always draw the feet closer or ground the feet completely to support the lower back here. Try to soften the face, the hands, the feet. And allow the breath to easily move in and out of the nose. Take another breath in this position. You might start to feel heavier as your body sinks deeper into the floor. So preparing yourself to move. And then slide the feet back in. The arms can stay where they are, and we'll just lift up the knees and drop them into kind of like a child pose position, but on your back. You don't need to grab hold of the knees of the arms. You can just let the arms flop where they're comfortable. And this is an effortless way to take a happy baby / child pose position. We don't need to bring the legs up unless that feels relaxing. If it feels nice, by all means go for it. But let the effort be released. So just allow your body to kind of feel nurtured here. And without having to put any pressure on the knees. So happy baby is not always, child's pose is not always comfortable when we have to bring the weight onto the knees or into the hips. So this is a great variation if you find being on your knees too intense. I like this position as I feel the gentle stretch on my lower back and also slight inversion. So I'm getting that feeling of fluttering from the tummy moving up towards the heart. Just listen in to what is being felt and consistently scan through to just check that there is a level of comfort and ease. You can always adjust and move your body if things start to become too stretched or the discomfort level starts to agitate or niggle at your relaxation. Take a slow breath in here. A slow, long breath out. Maybe you might want to use the hands just to gently push the legs back down to the floor. And we'll lift the hips up to slowly roll the bolster back towards the heels so the back can come down to the floor. We're going to come up in quite a lazy way, so you might want to roll to one side. I don't really want to get up. And come up to seated. And you can leave your bolster where it is. Put your knees, again, comfortably over. And you might just want to sit upright, having the support of the bolster underneath your knees. You may want to lean against a wall or a chair or sofa or whatever you have available in your room or the space that you're practicing. Or you might find that you gently begin to drop your body in. And when I mean gentle, take away the effort of this having to be a stretch. We can allow this to be, well, yummy and nice and just a gentle rounding if that feels good for your body. If you start to feel discomfort, pulling, stretching, aching, your hands are great here as little anchors just to gently prevent you from going too deep into the posture. Equally, you might find that you want to bend your elbows, place them on your support, and cup your hands around your head. But if you are quite flexible and folding in is nice rather than strong, then just let your body dive in to where it organically wants to fold. Even those of us that are quite flexible, we still might want to back away a little bit. Sitting in a very different feeling than always having to push into a stretch. Allowing the comfort to be the practice. Letting go of the goal of having to have changed your body in some way or to have felt something intensely. Let's allow ourselves the opportunity to dive into the subtleties, the layers that get missed most of the time when we move deeply through our yoga practice. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to deepen into stretches, but we're just taking a different approach and seeing what can be felt here. So in your own time, move out sluggishly and roll back up. And we'll just shift our cushion or bolster off to one side for a moment. And make your way onto your belly. Maybe take a moment on the belly. As easily as possible, just roll onto your back. You can bring that bolster back in if you need it underneath your knees, or just take that moment to come into Savasana. Let your legs extend out. Let the hips just rotate as they want to. Arms can be placed where they feel comfortable and safe. Trying here to maintain that comfort and peace for our final few moments of our practice together. Now, if you want to stay here for as long as you would like, then stay here until you feel ready to rise. Or quietly and slowly, we'll wake the body up and drive our bodies up to seated. Once you've come to a comfortable seated position, bring the hands together at the heart center. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Let's take one final breath together as we inhale slowly. We exhale. Thank you for practicing with me.